Every week, I talk with leaders who say, I believe in AI, but my team's just not there yet. Or I also hear we started a pilot, but people are nervous and they don't trust it. If you've ever felt that tension, you're not alone because adopting AI isn't a technical challenge, it's a trust challenge. So today I want to walk you through 3 things that I do as a leader to build trust with my team when it comes to AI. Real adoption doesn't start with algorithms, it starts with people. Hi, I'm Teresa Youngkin. I'm a health informaticist and an AI strategist. I've trained executives, I've led AI pilots, and built smart on fire applications. Today, I help healthcare leaders turn AI into a trusted tool and stitching people and processes together with ones and zeros so that your under-resourced teams can thrive. The first step I would take, lead with transparency and not with perfection. The biggest mistake most leaders make with AI is pretending that they have all the answers. And your team does not expect you to know everything. They just expect you to be honest. And as a leader, if you're going to lead your first AI pilot, the first thing I would do is gather that small cross-functional team. In my experience, when I do that, I always tell them, here's what we're testing, here's why it matters, and here's what could go wrong. When that happens, you'll see that moment shift. People will start to lean in instead of pulling away. Transparency turns uncertainty into inclusion. And when your team sees that you're learning too, it gives them the permission to stay curious instead of being defensive. So if I were leading your AI team today, I'd schedule short AI huddles. Those are 5-minute weekly updates where you're going to share your progress, your questions, and even failures. That rhythm shows consistency, and consistency is what turns information into trust. Here is one way to frame this. Here's what we know, here's what we're learning, and here's how you can get involved. That one sentence is going to communicate honesty, progress, and partnership. Those are the foundations of psychological safety. Step 2, I'd empower curiosity through safe experimentations. Why? Because most people fear what they don't understand. So the best way to build trust is to let them touch the technology in a very low-risk environment. I call it sandboxing with purpose. You're going to create a digital sandbox. That's just a safe space where your team can play with the AI tools, they can explore prompts, or they can build small automations without the fear of breaking anything. One organization that I know of sets up AI lab hours. One day of the week in the afternoon, anyone can drop in, anybody can test a model and share discoveries. That one organization, within a month, their adoption skyrocketed. And it wasn't because the leadership pushed them harder. It was because people felt ownership of a learning process. Curiosity, confidence, and trust. That's a progression every leader should design their efforts for. Curiosity is just another word for humility. What you want to do is to encourage questions like, what problem are we really solving? Who benefits? Where could bias creep in? It's okay to ask about bias. We all know it's there. When people feel safe to ask hard questions, that means that you've built the kind of culture that AI is going to need to thrive. Third step, I would connect AI to your purpose, because the third piece of trust is purpose. People trust what they understand and what they value. Now, if your team only hears about automation or cost savings, they're going to tune out and they're going to start to push back. But when they see how AI reduces burnout, improves patient care, or gives them back time for human connection, that's when they start to lean in. It's because purpose transforms technology into a mission. If you're looking on how to engage, figure out where AI is giving people extra time and then frame it. That's what they're doing. Maybe it's an extra 10 minutes per shift with each patient because of the fact that they're using this AI tool. That's what they're really doing here, right? You want to give humans more time for the work that only humans can do. So when you communicate about AI, use a sentence. We're using this tool so that we can fill in the blank with the win-win. So that we can respond faster to patients or so that we can spot trends before they become a crisis. Tie every data initiative back to a human outcome. That alignment between values and tools is where trust is going to start to take root. And when people see that AI serves the mission and not the other way around, they'll start to contribute. So let's recap. Building trust around AI isn't about pushing harder, it's about leading smarter. Number one, be transparent, share the journey, not just the results. Number two, empower curiosity, let people explore safely. And number three, connect to a purpose. Keep the mission front and center. Because when you do those three things, you just don't build AI capability, you build confidence. And confidence is the currency of transformation. AI doesn't build trust, leaders do. Every conversation you have, every pilot that you design, every policy that you write, it's an opportunity to show your team that innovation and humanity can coexist. If today's conversation resonated with you, I'd love to continue this conversation. DM me on LinkedIn and ask about our Women.ai workshop. That's a space where women leaders learn how to bring clarity, confidence, and compassion to the next wave of AI adoption. You can also book a call if you've got a question about how AI adoption is going with your team, or if you'd like to have an AI workshop run in your organization. Together, we are going to move from theory into practice and from fear into leadership. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. I'll catch you here again next week on the flip side.